put herself, she took some time off social media. For some reason, even I, so at some point, was always looking up to her post, because it wasn't the regular. There was something educative each time she writes a post. And then all of a sudden, she comes up, I think a few weeks ago, and then she says that she actually took out time to go and upskill herself.
Wow.
So you could see a married woman that has 2 kids has discovered that my life doesn't just end here.
I have to
make sure that I keep learning. I have to keep progressing. I mustn't be stagnant.
That's very interesting.
It is interesting.
Well, for me, like I said last week, there were things that I didn't believe that I could do. Like when people mention, you have passion for it, I'll be like, yeah, I would really love to do it, but the time to learn that stuff is my problem. But one day I discovered that I wasn't going to be given that excuse of time forever. I have to learn how to manage my time. You said personal, interpersonal skills. So I now took charge of my time and started managing it. I'm very happy because now I've been able to do what used to look like magic to me. If a tailor sews clothes for me and give it to me, I can detect from that clothes what is wrong from a distance because I've been able to go into the business and I know what is going on there. So please don't relax. Go for that thing that you want to do. Learn it. Stop saying, I want to do it, I'll do it, I would love to do it. Procrastination is a sin.
It's a sin, indeed. It's a sin. I mean, even though it's not among our 10 commandments, but it's an unspoken sin. Because at the end of the day, your kids, right, in near future would say,
"What were you doing?
Dad, what were you doing?
What were you doing when the war was moving? What were you doing?" I can remember there's a child in my neighborhood. The boy comes back home with bad results. So one day the mother was ranting that she used to pass, she used to do this. The boy said, "Mommy, I don't mean to be insulting, little children. But all of this your result that you used to pass. Mommy, Emeka's father that did not even go to school is still doing better than us. Why is it so?" I was like, wow. The mother looked at me and she couldn't say. So I'm not saying what the child did was right, but you have to do something so that when you are passing out advice to the next person, the person will not look at you and like, wow, look at who is advising me.
Yes.
And in the other way around, if somebody tells you don't drink and the person is drinking, doesn't mean that he is preaching what he doesn't do. The person knows the harm of drinking, what it can cause to your health, so he's trying to prevent you from going into addiction the same way he or she
not to make the same mistakes which brings back to our entrepreneur we had last week. I mean, she actually even mentioned certain things that you shouldn't do even when starting a business. There was something that resonated with me when she said, even if you want to start a business, make sure that you're doing something, you're providing a solution. And even if there is a solution, make sure that you're solving a problem. So even if you're moving on to the next stage, let's say, take for instance, everybody probably would hold a mobile phone, right? And then you go about your phone and then you don't know that you probably have to buy a phone pouch. So if you decide today and say, okay, mobile phones, it's been in the market, but there are no phone protectors or screen guard, or it could be anything, right? And it's okay, you know what, let me create a device that could make people's life easy, that could protect their device, that could put smiles on your face. Even if you want to even do a makeup, you're like, okay, certain brands or certain things, they don't tend to last well on the females' faces, and they're like, okay, no, I can actually go study, do certain things, maybe put a mixture of chemicals or something together to make sure that you're getting a better result. But whatever it is, even if you're starting a business today, please kindly ensure that you are rendering quality service and providing a solution to a problem, even if it's a new problem or even if it's an existing problem. But make sure that you're providing a solution. Don't just wake up and say, I want to start up a business or I want to do or learn a certain skill, and then you're not impacting knowledge. Whatever it is you're doing, make sure that you're developing a transferable skills. It's very important. Transferable skills could help you in different aspects of your life. It might not even be today. I mean, in 5 to 4 years, 10 years to come, you'll be surprised that something you had learned way back, it's now you're reaping the benefits of what you had learned. So make sure that you have continuous learning skill. Imbibe it. It's very important because the world is actually evolving. You don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to find yourself in a situation whereby everyone has advanced and for some reason you're taking your time to catch up. And then you give up at some point and say, oh, it's too hard, it's too difficult. I know someone who probably had a mindset that he doesn't want to work for anyone, right? A young guy in particular, I mean in question, and this like is below 30 years of age, and he says, I don't want to work for anyone, I want to set up my own business. I was like, okay, fine, good. I mean, I had to listen. I need to understand where you're coming from. And then he goes about and tells his story of certain things he wants to do. And I'm telling myself, you don't have an experience. So how do you want to learn how to run a business?
I made the same
You need
mistake,
to you need to at least work for someone. Right, so I don't blame people like the one would say, oh, Igbo men are fond of doing that, where they gather people, for apprentices, and at the end of the maybe certain duration they pay them off and do certain.
Yeah.
But do you know that that's also a very good learning curve? Because if, take for instance, they decide to remain in that same line of business, they have learned quality mistakes,
of course,
that they've made on their own, and would not repeat the same model in their own personal business. Yeah. So in a way, that's like a layman's Igbo man style of trying to make people to upskill and learn certain things. They don't even need to
go to school to do these things. Like the way they do their things marvels me. They don't need to go to school. You really see. Okay, how do I even put it? Let me not say what I wanted to say, but majority of them are into business and they are doing well. Yeah, you see someone that is a graduate going to be an apprentice for someone that is smaller than him in his age, and he's very humble to sit down and learn. Just like our last guest said, when you want to learn from someone, be humble. Drop your pride at home. Drop it. No matter who you are, drop it.
Just as you had mentioned, some people feel, oh, I can't work with someone that is younger than me.
No, it's wrong. It's a very, very wrong thing to say. It's wrong because I learn from kids.
You learn from everyone.
I learned new words from kids that are coming back from school now, singing. I'll be like, what is the meaning of this? Our auntie said it is this. Okay, imagine me trying to be big. Like, why would I learn from a child? We learn every day. Keep your pride. Be humble. Because humility makes someone eager to show you something.
Exactly. I like the word eager.
Of course. Eager. Like the last guest was saying, you don't expect to carry shoulder up and wear shoulder pads. So then you are an apprentice. You are trying to learn from someone. Your boss will be like, Hey, you already know, just like this book, 48 Laws of Power, there's one power that said, do not act like you know more than your master. It is a very wrong thing to do. It's wrong.
Even when you know the person has defaulted, but at least just accept what the person has said, but even though you know the truth deep within you.
There's one thing my boss normally says. My boss says, listen to everybody's advice. Not when someone is trying to advise, say, no, I cannot take. Listen, then filter out the ones that are good for your life and the one that you would use. Do not disrespect that person by saying, I cannot listen to such advice. Listen and take it all in. Filter the good ones and let go of the bad ones. So who knows, it might be help. Just saying.
Indeed, you really have words of wisdom today, Esther. I mean, where did you get all of that from? In case you're just joining us, you're on the Youth Corner show this afternoon on AKBC. And as I had mentioned earlier on, that we have a lovely guest who will be gracing our screen in a short while. So please stay with us and don't go anywhere.
You are watching.
It may seem strange that the world need to remember its 1.2 billion people aged 15 to 24, but it does. Adults rather patronizingly call young people the future, while excluding them from the present. The present, which for very many of young people is tough. Even without COVID, last year the ILO reported that 1 in 5 young people worldwide are not in employment, education, or training, and 3/4 of those are girls and women. But now, with COVID, the virus, which we think of as affecting older and more vulnerable people, in fact, disproportionately affect young people. 1 in 6 young people worldwide have stopped working since the pandemic. As with COVID, as with all life, the world needs to recognize that it is young people who bear much of the pain, and it is young people can lead us to many of the solutions. Solution to the three great yawning divide I see wherever I look. The divide between self and nature, between self and society, and between self and God. Every day of my life, I see young people bridging those divides. I see that they care about our climate and they act. I see them bold enough to bring issues like racism into the open. And since COVID began, I've been privileged to join young people's online worship, and I have learned so much about expressing love of God and showing love for His creation. Let it hear it for the young people. They are the future and the present. They carry much of our pain, but every day, everywhere, they are showing us ways out of it.
You are watching Youth Corner. You are watching Youth Corner.
Welcome to the Youth Corner show. Just I had mentioned earlier that we have a lovely guest who is gracing our midst today. I mean, he's blessed among women.
Of
You can
course.
say that again. Thank you very much.
So I have here Comrade Sylvester Pius Lion, popularly known as Sly Pius Lion. His congratulations on your title. I mean, it's not an easy one. How do you feel?
I feel blessed. I feel happy that God has brought me this far. You know, anything you want to achieve in life is one step at a time.
Sure.
If you don't take your time, sit down, picture it, you can never feature in it. That's it. I feel happy. I feel blessed. I give all the glory for bringing me this far in Nollywood.
Wow.
I give all the glory. It has always been God. It has always been God. The grace has always been there. Thank you very much.
How many years did it take you to get here?
Like say professionally 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what motivated you into becoming a film director?
You know, I always loved this when I was a child. Like remember back then in my church, we used to act gospel dance drama in the church. Back then, our Reverend Father Anthony, very Reverend Father Anthony Ekong gave us the platform. You know, I started acting, doing student drama. Then after school, I want to be a Reverend Father, as you can see. I want to be a Reverend Father. So I actually went to the seminary. After the seminary, I said, no, this talent is in me. I need to actualize it. So I started visualizing it. I then
You remember why you're laughing?
it's funny, yeah.
Yeah, because I
It's
said how you
funny.
quickly switch from
You know,
Like,
being
I
you
didn't
know,
want to
it
laugh.
will further. It will be more funny to know that I studied banking and finance.
okay.
Wow.
You know, my field of study had nothing to do with my career that I'm doing today.
Okay.
So after then I moved. I got one theater to call God's Own Theater, which I established. I started with doing drama, going to churches. I know I direct them, we go to stage. And once there was one program we had in what do we call Winners Chapel, Ikotobi. They did their drama station. We took the floor. And you know, my theater group was everywhere in our requirement in the year. We go to churches, and you know, I saw the light, and my dad was like, "You're not going to study theater, you must do banking and finance for me." You know, I had to run to Lagos. I ran to Lagos. It's funny, Sha. I ran to Lagos for Pepsi Film Academy, and then he was so angry. I went back, I came back, I moved to Delta State to do public and finance for him. I did it for him, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was, you know, because we had Faba Film School there, so I was doing something with them. I had to pursue my career because I saw the light they didn't see. I knew what I want. You know, Nigeria of nowadays, it's your skill, it's your talent, it's
Of
It's
course.
a really
out
that
there.
pays
So
well
I
for
saw
you.
it, and today my dad is very happy where I am today.
I can imagine.
You know, I could remember when I came back, they had to host me. Oh, you're now a DJ director. My mom cook all those kinds of, because it's not easy. Just like you're you're a doctor, you're a barrister, you need to be inducted. So that was the height of it. I was so happy, I was so pleased, and the pay, everything is going to move, not like the way my producer would pay me back then.
So more like an increase in finances.
Yeah, sure,
Wow,
sure.
wow.
Much respect, and anyway, you want to travel out of the country with your service, with your ID card, you can go anywhere. DJing, great a platform for all directors in Nollywood. If you're a DJ director, you have the opportunity to travel to film festival outside the country. Like, you're so free to learn. You're open to so many things as a DJ director.
Wow. So,
Movie
sir, do
industry.
people who study theater art in the university have a chance of becoming movie directors or actors?
No, it does not really mean. It does not really mean that you must be an actor. Some of us, like me, I studied banking and finance. I'm not in the bank, I'm not in the bank counting people money and pay at honors, other. I'm not in the bank. I'm in the entertainment sector. Everybody that wants to make you an interior department, this is your career. You went in for that. You not just go there because you've seen them dancing. Interior art, we have different department. We have dance department. We have the costuming. We have the stage. We have everything. It just depends. When you're done, you now sit down. Even while in school, you need to ask yourself, after graduating, what am I going to do? Am I going to switch from acting and go to the banking sector, or go to the any other sector? Or I advise them, while you're in school, start up something. On a group, start up. We thank God today, the world of the internet world is doing so fine for us. We have YouTube, understand? We have Facebook that is paying. You go in there, start doing your thing, start doing what you can do best. Before you know, like I started gradually. At time I almost gave up on myself. Remember when I did my first job back then? What do we call our children? They call it our children. Though after years I had to modify the script and I shot it called the Toy Barry by Nadal, and was market it was marketed here in Akwa Ibom. So I started gradually. I was working with my friend, let me go Prasad, and we're like, we are finished shooting this film. How are we going to edit this film? Where would the money comes? Because of finance, I almost gave up, but I had to keep on striving, keep on pushing, and today we have big slide piles like.
Wow. Congratulations.
Congratulations, yes.
Like, it's not a simple
But
journey.
I would like you to take us down, down the road. I mean, everyone knows that in the arts industry or movie industry, right? So we know we have a producer, we know we have the directors, we know we have the script writers. But for you as a director, as a movie director, what exactly do you do for the screen, before our scripts and everything comes live on air, for us to enjoy? So what exactly do you do?
Directors, we do a lot. I'm not only a director, I produce and I write script.
Okay.
Before you go into movie production, you need to ask yourself, why do you want to go into this movie production? Understand? You need to get your script. After getting the script, you look at the script, sit down with your producer, agree on a certain particular kind of crew. There are crew that has standard. Understand? There are crews that you pay 100,000. There are crews that you pay 1 million. You need to define, what kind of crew am I using for my job? What is the standard of my film? If you're shooting for Netflix, if you're shooting for the cinema, if you're shooting for rock or African magic or any platform for YouTube, you need to know who you want to hire. You hire an industry department for this particular shoot. You guys sit down, do what we call script conference. We pass the script around. We do the script conference, correct the script. The script is not ready. Even when you're in the studio, there is always what we call correction. After the production, we'll have the post-production. There is always need to, this scene was not well done. We need to reshoot again. So no script is ever ready until the final draft is out on the air.
I'm
That's
just
it.
learning this.
So how many times do you get to, rewrite or replay a particular scene till you get it right?
It depends on the actor you hire. You cast for a particular scene.
Okay.
An actor must be believable, and you director also, you must be believable. An actor must trust you, and you must trust your actor. This is what we call working relationship. Actors and director working relationship on set. If you are not believable as an actor, if I'm not believable as a director, I can't work with you. You can't work, because you're going to spend my time, the resources, the energy. Understand? You need to dry runs them, get their lines, build the blockings and then shoot. If your actor is not believable, you need to do dry runs and re-dry runs and re-dry runs to
you get
shake
to
different
rehearse.
shots, and then the producers don't want to waste such time. And we have so many impatient directors that don't want to have that patience and be, hello, can you do this? No, I won't wait for you. Likely Lion won't wait for you. So I need to pick artists that are believable.
Okay.
As a director, I'm believable. You also must be believable, so that if I'm sleeping, like I'm imagining you're doing it. I might not be looking at you. My continuity might be taking the lines. I'm visualizing you. I'm visualizing the scene is going to look like. When once you make a mistake, even though I close my eyes, I will know that you're wrong. I need to recorrect you. I need to mold it out the way I want to before I call the action. Even while shooting, even while the action is running, if you're not doing fine, there are lines, there are punchlines. Actors interpret the script. As a director, you need to allow your actor to interpret the script. That is why the trust needs coming. Trust is one vital component between a director and with an actor. If you don't trust your actor, you can't cast him. Because he or she needs to interpret the role very well to convince the viewer that is watching.
It's real.
And so you're not doing it for me. You're doing it for whoever is sitting down to watch you. And that's your first fans out there. That's who give you the stardom you're looking for. No director can make you a star. You make yourself a star.
Wow.
I can't come to you and make you a star. No, we only create opportunity for you to utilize it. You actualize it well, so that whoever that is watching you out there, I like that movie. I like this particular guy. I like this particular lady. She acts very well. No. That movie, the actor you no, I don't like his films. Because of how you interpret your character. An actor must interpret it within. Acting must come within before it comes out. If you're not acting in here, the expression will not come out.
You earlier mentioned something about saying not being a patient person.
Yeah.
Right? So what would you do for new talents? I mean, for someone who is just coming in, and then for some reason you've never seen the person before, the person is just showing up on your scene or coming into where your production scene, and then you are like, okay, I need to give this person a shot. So how do you need
let me jump in. The new breed that will surprise you. The new breed that will just come in. This is your first time. They'll act as if they have been 10, 20 years in the industry.
Wow.
The new breed that will surprise you, and you will like, wow, is this your first time? You said yes. So actually, I will say before a new breed comes in, I'm not going to give you a character that will be much heavier for you.
Okay.
I'll just give something, one or two scenes. Either I'll cast you something. Either if I was looking for a filler, an object to fill a particular character for me, understand, I need to place you there. You can go. I'll just sit you down first. I tell my DOP, please be careful, no more close up, so that I'll have my scene complete.
Okay.
So after that, I'll now advise you to look for a production house, look for a film school. So I'll recommend one or two film school. Go to film school if you want to take what you're doing as your career. Understand? There are people that comes to Nollywood because I'm his friend. A director, he has been seeing me on Scream. He has been seeing this person on Scream. I want to snap. I want to post on Facebook. I want to pepe them guy. Hey, I'm in Nollywood. Hey, I'm in Edo. I just like that. No, there are people that comes in. This is my passion. This is my career. This is what I want to do. This is my business. You go in there, sit down, relaxed. You know the reason why you left your house to come here. It's what we do call farm for your farm. As you're coming, this is your seat. You sit down there.
Yeah.
You don't trespass.
Okay.
You don't trespass. You sit down, work on yourself, build your career. Before you know, a particular director will say how humble you are, how reserved. Not you movie coming to the location, you are everywhere. Making I will just be sitting there looking at you. Nobody will want you again because you're causing nuisance. I'm saying, to understand, you're coming there to you subtract another person's welfare. So nobody wants that. Movie business, it's money making. So we don't joke with the business. We don't. There was that. Nowadays, back then they used to call show business. We said make the money. We make money in film. We are not going there to play. You're not coming to the industry to come and play. You're coming there to make money. So that the world will know that there is money in film making. There is money in film making. When you know what you're doing, when you know what you want, when you know who you are, you need to realize yourself. You need to ask yourself question, am I okay? Who am I? Before you open that door And into you need to ask yourself questions. You need to pray over it before you make the bold step, because when once you're there, if you go there to mess yourself, you're done for. So when once you're there, you realize the reason why you want to venture into Nollywood. You sit down, ask yourself so many questions, and then answer yourself that question, and then forge ahead. You'll make it. Though it's not, the starting point is not going to be juicy. It's not going to be that easy. You're going to strive hard. You're going to be disappointed. You go to audition. The director will look at you. I don't like your shape. Your belly too big.
Does that really happen?
You know, I don't like your shape. You feel shy. You feel bad. You feel sad. They will now tell you. You now tell, I'm looking for a figure eight. I need coffee. You're not coffee. Excuse me, madam. I don't. No matter how talented you are, see, you might even feel bad. You might even feel sad. You know, that should not make you to feel bad. Go home. There are characters that look for people that has big tummy. Go and create a different content for yourself. Become a clown in film, but outside the Nollywood, you're not a clown. You're so a gentle, perfect person. So don't allow your age, don't allow your size, don't allow your fairness, anything to bring you down. No. You know, we directors, we have this bad mouth character that we can give you one bad man and you regret why going for that audition. You regret why. I will never want to slap by you again. Look at what he said to me. That guy goes, no. At times when we are on stage directing, that's not us. We are possessed. We are possessed.
When you say you're possessed,
we are saying we are possessed with the work.
Okay.
Is in you. All what you need to do for that particular point in time, that what we need to do is to actualize this particular script, bring it to life, so that the investment that the investor invests in it will not go down. So we don't play about it. So if you see a director shouting or talking to you or using abusive word, please don't blame him at that particular time. You know, when the lead you realize that I want the sweetest soul you ever want to work with, when they're out offset. But when they're on set, you no. So when they're on set, you run. When they're outset, you're close to them.
Wow, that was so nice.
Thank you.
I mean, I took a lot. Like, there's so many new things I had to consume.
Like,
wow.
You will come back again, honestly.
I pray I should be around. I definitely want to come back to talk.
Please, So, sir, please, what advice would you give to the upcoming actors, upcoming directors, and then the present directors?
Well, the advice I will want to give out there to my colleagues, I don't want to say anybody upcoming actor. We all are colleagues. We want to start stepping into the industry. Just that we'll have senior colleagues. Understand? We'll have junior colleagues. Like in my guild, I have the most senior directors that I do Netflix job that way. No matter how I might come today, win lorries, win more awards, they are my senior colleagues that were there. You know what I will tell my colleagues out there: keep striving, learn. Work on yourself, go to the internet, learn more things, learn new things. There are new innovation out there. You understand? We young folks out there, we want to do something that my boss Moses Esco couldn't do. I want to do something like so many other directors up there. Understand? Ogezu couldn't achieve. I want to be different. I want to be the best, like out of what Fran Raja couldn't do. I want to see ahead of them. I want to see myself ahead of them. So give them this advice: strive to work hard, keep on, push it. Don't allow anything. I know some of them will face financial problems. It's not easy, especially as a young director, because no producer wants to believe to invest in you as a young director when coming up. No producer will want to spend his or her money. At the end, he or she will not get it. So don't allow that to weigh you down. Open up a production house or a theater to start something. Keep on doing something. You know, you guys, you can afford a camera. Start doing something without your group. Start doing something without your group. Put it on YouTube. You guys will watch. Before you know, you keep on pushing. You see yourself. Click into all these senior directors. Work under them. You are learning from them also. The process is a long way. You're learning. Excuse me. Before you know, you are there. So don't give up. Don't allow anything. Don't allow finance. I could remember back then my mama rapper been suffer. Back then in my theater, I used my mother rapper like there is no tomorrow. When I came back, there was a particular set of rapper they gave to us. Ezema Bini gave all the Nollywood directors, DJ. So when I came back, I told mommy, you know, I've been using your rappers back then. I'm not going to sew this, take this. My mom was so joyful. He knelt me down and prayed for me. Though I've been giving her rappers, but that particular rapper means a lot to me. I need to say, mommy, this rapper was given to me from Ezema or Bini. That's after the Oba of Benin. He's the second man.
Wow.
When we did, I said, Mom, I'm not going to sow this. I want your blessing from this. She took it and smiled. The smile that I could see the joy from her face. And she knelt me down in her sitting room and was blessing me. And was blessing. I was so happy because back then, I knew what that woman went through. She'll come back. I knew we see you from you. I ran. I ran away. Today she's so happy. She's so pleased that her son is making it. And she'll be like sitting down watching my film, sitting down seeing a whole lot of things that comes from Sly Priors, seeing my friends, and my dad are just so happy for me. I'm so happy. So you out there, don't allow anything to weigh you down. I'm not trying to tell you to go and be stubborn with your mother. We have different parents. Don't be stubborn.
Yeah, we do indeed have different parents.
We have different parents. I'll also thank. I will not forget to say, though, the day I'll go for my Thanksgiving in my church, I'm just still planning, because if not for St. Patrick Parish of Faggy now,
Okay.
there will be not somebody like Sly Parish Lion. Maybe I would have been working in the bank. God bless very Reverend Father Patrick Edith. Is it very Reverend Father Anthony Ekong?
Okay.
He tried for us. I was so young. Every drama I would dance. You see me dance. You see me act in stage. You see me do everything. And I got one name called Okon Boy. I acted a drama called what do we call Okon Boy? I could remember what I said. My mama be this boy. I kick and boom. Everybody in church. Back then I was so young. I was 9, 10. They started calling me Okon Boy. I was the master in church. And I act Jesus. I act Joseph. I act so many drama in church. And I saw myself climbing. I said, this is me. Do I want to be a Reverend Father?
Yeah.
My dream was, when I go to pray, Father. I want to be a Reverend Father. I don't want to. When I woke up one day, I see myself in knowledge. What am I doing here? I should be in the same way. I should be in my parish, but here, my action cuts. Are you okay? Leave that place. All right, give God the glory. I thank my parish very well, and God will bless very Reverend Father Anthony Ekong. He gave birth to me. He gave us the platform. Yes, I'll give him that glory. I'll give God the glory, because if not that platform, I pray that whoever is the current parish preacher of my parish should go on with the children department. Catch them young. Catch them young. I realized it when I was young because of the platform they gave me.
Yeah.
And I grew. That's the reason why God has blessed me, and I am still growing. Still growing. I'm not there yet, and I believe God is going to catapult me to Netflix.
Amen.
That's my
Amen.
dream.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you very much.
In case you're just tuning in, we've had the lovely guest Sly Pius Lion. He's a movie director and he has done wonderful works, and I'm sure you've probably seen a couple of his movies, and he has blessed us with his wealth of experience. I mean, one thing that resonated with me, which we've actually all been saying, is make sure that you're upskilling. Make sure whatever it is you're doing, you keep learning. You keep updating yourself, because you don't know where you'll find yourself tomorrow. I mean, we all want to push ourselves forward and make sure that we're not stagnant. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
We are indeed grateful for having you today.
I'm blessed. Blessed I'm there amongst women.
Indeed.
I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. I don't going out there, because I was with blessed women today.
Indeed.
Oh, amen. Oh, amen.
In case you're just tuning in, this is the Youth Corner Show. Please don't go anywhere.